What's up again, ladies and gentlemen? We finally have some great new release news for Dice Masters. We get to talk today about the Dice Masters Superman Kryptonite Crisis Draft Pack set. So today, if you missed it, in fact, this is probably posting tomorrow, so yesterday, if you missed it, Wizkids went live on their YouTube channel, as they have been doing for the past couple of months, with Much Ado About Gaming, and it's sort of just like their way of talking through their product sheets and kind of describing games that you may enjoy. And they do it in kind of a cool way. They connect it to a game that you may like already and tell you why their new games or their established games that people really like that you may not have played could fall into the categories that you already enjoy. So for example, if you like Dice Masters, maybe you like Dice Masters because of the deck building aspect, maybe you like it because of the rolling of the dice. They give you some games to kind of describe what you may be into. So yesterday they did this for Dice Masters, and they talked about some games there live on stream, and a bunch of us were watching this, a bunch of people that love Dice Masters. It was actually kind of fun to hang out with the community. And right at the end, they talked about Superman Kryptonite Crisis, and they showed some spoilers. So Superman Kryptonite Crisis a couple of weeks ago was actually pulled from the Wizkids solicits page. It was originally due out in March, as according to the solicits page, but it was pulled, and we all kind of, at least I think there was a general consensus, we were worried that it was going to go away forever, and I think we all felt that way because we still haven't heard about anything from the Dark Phoenix draft pack set status. Assuming that was supposed to come out last year, and then seeing it get pulled, or I guess I should say pushed back and then pulled from the solicits page, was very alarming to me, and it kind of worried me a lot. I still kind of worry about that set. I'm not sure where it is. We already saw the cancellation of Spider-Man, so it was really good to hear that not only were we going to be expecting Superman Kryptonite Crisis, but that they actually showed some spoilers. So we're going to go through the spoilers that they showed, and then if you stick around, I may mix in a couple of spoilers that I've been passed down from Wizkids as well. Before we start this, though, I do want to say that I've been told from Wizkids, this is from Wizkids, that this set, the Superman Kryptonite Crisis Draft Pack set, is due out in June of this year. So if that holds, and that is a big if, because who knows what craziness we will have continuing through the year 2021, carried over from 2020. If that holds, we could expect to see this in June. Now, what that means as far as anything in between, we don't know. We don't know if Dark Phoenix is going to make a surprise release at some point in the next couple of months. But if we don't get this product until June, it will almost be a full calendar year from set release to set release, and that is worrisome to me. That does scare me a good bit, because that is a lot of downtime and dead space that is not being filled by new product. So hopefully we get something in the meantime. Perhaps this is the perfect time for them to release the Fantastic Four solo play variant, which perhaps that's what they're planning on doing at some point. Maybe they push that forward with this one going into June. Nevertheless, I hope they take some of those options that they could have and employ them, because waiting a full calendar year between the Infinity Gauntlet draft pack set and the Superman set, that's a long wait. That's a very long wait. Anyway, let's get on to the spoilers that they showed on the stream yesterday. We are going to start where they started, and they started with Superman Last Son. He is a 4-cost shield character with the Superman affiliation. He's got the 146, 267, 278 stat line. It is a very nostalgic stat line for me. I know that's weird, but I played a ton of games with my good friend Tyler down in Waco, and he would play the Superman that would give you like action dice for free or something like that, basic actions for free, and it was so much fun to lose to the team that he had, because it was just like really cool the way he did it. This is a 4-cost, that was a 6-cost, so this is the cheapest Superman they've ever printed. He says, while Superman is active, your opponent can't target your lowest lane character dice, like period, end of story, can't target them. That seems kind of cool. Depending on what lowest lane character dice we actually get in this set. That could be something potentially intriguing. I'm not going to expect that there's going to be some major powerhouse Lois Lane, but if they choose to reprint like the Aunt May that was in the Spider-Man set before it got canceled that they showed off, that was like the Hellblazer Aunt May. If they printed that on Lois Lane, that would actually be really cool. It also says you can't field Superman unless you control 2 or more Superman character dice. So if you control like Lois Lane and 1 other Superman character die, then you can field him. If you don't, then you just can't field Superman. So if you roll Superman and you only have 1, let's say your opponent removed 1 from the field prior and you just didn't roll it back as well, then he will just burn. He'll just go to the used pile, off, away. Now, can you cheat him in? Maybe if you swap him in, I bet you probably could, because this says you can't field him. You could probably swap him in with a couple of different things like that, but if you use like an action die that says field a character die from your use pile, I bet you can't do it because that has the word field on it. Nevertheless, an interesting first card. Speaking of Lois Lane, they did actually show a Lois Lane. This is Lois Lane Army Brat. She's a 2-cost fist character, Superman affiliated with the 011, 012, 022 stat line. And she says, while Lois Lane is active, your Superman dice get +1/+1. So if we're thinking about the stat line that we had previous, this giving +1/+1 is like, I mean, it's not that necessary. It's not that worth it. If this had something in addition to this +1/+1 buff, that'd be interesting. If it applied to all Superman character dice, like Superman affiliated character dice, now that would be super spicy. Yes, that was a pun, and that was intended. Unfortunately, it doesn't, because they don't use the symbol. If they used the symbol, oh, this could have been so cool, because it would have just given everything that is affiliated a buff. And I feel like we're like overdue for that. We had like Malekith and Thor in the Thor set, you know, and we haven't had anything like since then that I can think of that does just like a static 1/1 buff. We had the Crystal in that set that buffed sidekicks as well. Yeah, I missed that, man. We should go back to that. Come on, Wizkids, print me some more of those. Those were tight. On the same screen, they showed Jimmy Olsen, Photographer. Jimmy Olsen, Photographer is also a 2-cost fist character, also Superman affiliated with the Jimmy Olsen stat line that we got in the prior, it was like Superman and Wonder Woman starter set, I think he was in. 012, 013, 123 stat line. He says he just can't be targeted by opposing global abilities. That's kind of cool if you could somehow like massively change his stats or give him some cool effect. I don't know, maybe you can give him Infiltrate with like the rare Angela from the Infinity Gauntlet Draft Pack set. That might be interesting. But giving him some extra ability along with this can't be targeted by globals thing would be kind of cool. I mean, you can always just like pay 3 fists and buff him +3, and then like they can't push him back. I guess that's something you could do. Depends on what else we see in this set. We've seen very few cards from this set. I'm pretty sure the cards that we're showing here are the ones that are out in the wild as of right now. So he could do some more cool stuff if there's something interesting in the set. Okay, on to 2 basic actions that I'm actually like low-key hyped about, because deep down I'm not like this super competitive player. Deep down I want to roll lots of dice and do silly things on one single turn. And so Daily Planet is a basic action card that costs 4, and it says draw 2 dice, and you can prep up to 2 of them, roll the remainder. So if you want to, you can draw 2 dice and you can prep none of them and roll them. In other words, it's investigation. Or you can draw 2 dice and prep 2 of them and roll none of them, otherwise known as Nasty Plot. I think Nasty Plot was that. You could choose it. Or you can draw 2 dice, roll 1, prep 1, which I can't think of a connection like off the top of my head to a previous card. I just think that's cool, and I like flexibility. So if I can get this at a cheaper cost than 4 by like discounting it with the Thor Global, for example, I like the flexible like nature of this card. And if you like this one like I do, then you're gonna like the next one as well. Investigative Journalism is a basic action card. It's a 5-cost basic action card. It's incredibly expensive. That's too expensive. But it says draw 4 dice, roll up to 3 of them, prep the remainder. So with this, you draw 4, roll 3, and then prep 1. Or you can draw 4, roll 2, prep 2, or you could draw 4, roll 1, prep 3, or you can draw 4, prep 4. This is like, I want multiple of these, and I just want to like do whatever I want with my bag. Forget about the bag. The bag goes away. Draw 8 dice, prep 6, or no, prep 8. Draw 8 dice, roll 2, prep 6. Like, this is so cool. Like that exact line right there. You have to invest 10 resources into this. 10 energy. But if you have 2 investigative journalisms, you can prep like 6 dice, roll 2, and then put the 2 into the used and put the investigative journalisms into the used, and then your bag is perfect if you haven't bought anything else. Like, that's so dumb. Why would you ever want to do that except because it's awesome? And I love that. And the big hitter of the spoiler announcement, whatever you want to call it, is this absolutely breathtaking Harley Quinn Bright Lights Big City. This is a full art textless character, okay? It's a 1-cost mask character with the Harley Quinn stat line, an 022133144 stat line, and there's no text on it. It doesn't have an ability. The non-full art version of this card, which I believe they said is a common, is also going to be a blank text card. So if you wanted to run Harley Quinn, you can run the common that doesn't have any text on it, or you can run the common that is a full art that you're looking at right now. That looks infinitely better than anything else that they're going to do, because this is so sick. This is amazing. I love this. The art that they picked, like, I've never seen the art for one. I'm sure it's been out there already, but it looks custom made for the card. Them choosing to only saturate reds and blues, and they do it not just in Harley, but also in the police lights. Yes. Yes, yes. Everything about it, yes. This card plus foiling. This card plus foiling. Okay, Wizkids, look, let's make a deal. Send me this card. I'll make a 10-minute video on just this card, and I won't say anything. It'll be like ASMR style. I'll hold the card, I'll put the card to the screen, and we'll just look at it shine and shimmer for 10 whole minutes, and then I'll end the video. There's the proposition. 10 minutes of just me publicizing this card, and then I get to hold the card and look at it with foil. Okay, there it is. That's a crazy card. Now, I haven't even talked about all of the like competitive things that you can do with this card. There are some great videos already out there and some great talking points already out there about how powerful a 1-cost mask character is that has a 4/4 on top, which is just bonkers. I mean, if you played Dice Masters way back in the day, we had Morphing Jar, which is a 1-cost mask character, and that saw competitive play almost everywhere, mainly because you could manipulate masks in such a way to just win the game with like Lantern Ring, right? And oh, wouldn't you know it, we have Lantern Ring in the format in the form of Green Lantern to a certain degree. It's not the same, but we have it in the format of Modern. So as long as Modern doesn't rotate that card out, we could see some really dominant burn damage teams again, and I love that. I love that. Do you love that? Let me know in a comment below. Do you like seeing a 1-cost mask character that could feed a Green Lantern? Because I do. Okay, the time has come. The time has come. I'm going to show you 2 spoilers. Okay, these are 2 cards that have not been seen by human eye. No, that's not true. These are 2 cards that have not been seen by your eyes yet, unless somehow they were spoiled prior to me posting this. Probably not true. The first one is this one. This is the not spicy one. This is OMAC Project Cadmus. 3-cost fist character, not affiliated, a 1/3/3 burst face, a 1/3/3, and a 2/5/5 with no text. He does have a max of 5. Okay, and do remember that a 5/5 on top in draft for 3 is pretty fine. It's like a C card. If we're going back to the ranking days, this is like a C-. Maybe it's a C, I don't know. I would take this in draft, and I would probably slam it at your face, and we'd be happy, okay? Not spicy, but this next one is pretty spicy. Let's take a look at it. Anti-Monitor Mobius. This is a common. It is a 5-cost fist character. It's not affiliated with anything. The 155-266-277 stat line, he says, when he attacks, you can KO any number of your character dice, and for each that you do, your opponent KOs one of their character dice. Okay, this card, it's the same as, oh god, what was it? It was the D&D, Faerun Under Siege, Talisman, Ultimate Evil. The thing that was evil, I'm putting it, Talisman of Ultimate Evil, something like that. I'm putting it on the screen right now so I look like an idiot. But they did the same effect, I think. Is the exact same effect, but it's stuck on a body, and a strong body at that. And you could KO him if you wanted to. I don't know why you'd want to, because he's like a 7/7 on top. But this happens before blockers are declared. So if you have more numbers, if you have the numbers advantage on the board, you can KO all of your side to KO all of their side, because if you KO 4 and they only have 3, they have to KO the 3, right? Obviously, if you KO 3 and they only have 3, they have to KO the 3, all that they have. And you just get a 7/7 pushing through with no blockers. That's really cool. You can also just kind of like finagle out ways to KO boards and the KO their board in ways that you don't like. They don't like, I should say. And this is another thing that's very good. I was looking a couple of days ago for a way to KO multiple of my own things to trigger when KO'd effects, okay? This is the perfect fit to that, okay? This gives you the ability to trigger multiple when KO'd effects at the same time on your turn without having to pay like globals. That's so cool. I feel like deep down for me, this is like the Tinkerer's kind of card that I'm going to tinker with. So let me know what you think about those two spoilers in a comment below. I personally very much like the Anti-Monitor. I think that's going to be a fun one to mess around with. Let me know what you think about these cards in general. Are you excited about seeing this set and seeing what else is out there? I have a feeling we're going to be seeing more spoiler videos for this set pop up now that we've got spoilers coming from Wizkids and spoilers coming from me, and an announced release date from Wizkids of June if you missed it earlier in the video. So I have a feeling we're going to see some stuff from this set from some others. So keep your eyes peeled, not just to here, but also to the various wonderful Dice Masters channels out there on the YouTube and in the podcast sphere. So anyway, if you like to support this video and this channel, hit the like and the subscribe button, and I always appreciate that. We're inching closer to 3,000 subscribers, 3,000 people that pressed the button, and I'm going to give some stuff away for that. So if you have ideas for what I should give away, let me know in a comment below, because I'm actually running pretty dry on ideas. So if you'd like to help me out with that, I would appreciate the help. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.